I think we can start. Hello everyone. My name is Artem. I'm a Vice President of Products and Solutions at Xsolla. And today I want to talk with you about the hottest probably topic on the market, the mobile market shift, and what needs to be done to secure a successful future. For years, success followed a very simple formula: get LTV higher than user acquisition costs, basically. So this model doesn't work under today's platform restrictions, unfortunately. The old path is broken. So as you probably know, and I think you know that pretty well, user acquisition costs grow from 20 to 40% year over year, and it's getting harder to acquire profitability. So even great games fail to recoup costs. Store fees cut up to 30% of revenue. Slower growth has made a mobile game harder to profit even if players love the game. Every stage of your funnel, install, pay, re-engage, is platform gated. The trend is obvious. Making mobile games is becoming less and less profitable. Now to stay relevant, you need to have an alternative payment flow. So webshop, or basically any other direct-to-consumer channel, isn't optional anymore. It's the growth engine that you actually need. So the United States 2025 ruling is the biggest thing that happened to the mobile market industry since the beginning of the free-to-play era. So if you're not really agree with my statement, you may already be losing from 20 to 30% of revenue. So I kind of urge you not to act like Nokia did when Apple entered the market. So this shift we're talking about is global. Europe already moving with the Digital Market Act. Japan, new law is set to open the market in December. Australia's court decisions put pressure on platforms as well. India, Brazil, and frankly many other countries are clearly following the same trend. So if you still think, I'll wait, you're probably already behind. So let's take a look on some real numbers. So what actually started as 10% maximum capture rate, and capture rate is the percentage of revenue you shift from the game to the store. So now it's grown to maximum, what we've seen at least 80% since the US market opened. So first-time buyers are turning into repeat customers pretty often. Conversion from visits to purchase is higher on the web shop than in-game. Why? Because web shop traffic tends to come from your most motivated paying users, those who already see the value and are ready to spend. So based on our benchmark, webshop market volume is about to reach $16 billion this year, or probably even higher. No one really knows the full picture. So a lot of things happened since the Apple Epic War started. But the biggest thing yet is the US legal ruling opening the market. So you can now add in-game purchase buttons, we call them buy buttons, that lead to web checkout to basically avoid 30% fee. Also, you can add direct links to your web shop right into the game. And previously, moving players from the game to the store was one of the biggest issues, but not anymore. So if you think, I'll probably just wait for more proven results to come and more markets to open, then you're just doing nothing but probably putting your game at risk. And let's talk a little bit about this. So the legal shift is moving much faster than behavioral change. Just look at the first results from the buy button adoption, so you can see the number on the screen. So one game had been running a web shop for months, That's the first one. And the other had just introduced direct sales. So the difference, as you can see, is pretty huge. Studios that already built purchase habits are seeing the results today. So their players understand what direct sales are and why they matter. So once the legal window will fully open all around the world, everyone will start rolling out direct means to pay. But the winners will be those whose players are already familiar with external purchase flow and trust this flow. So direct payments feel new to mobile players. So it requires a behavioral shift. So your goal isn't just to inform them, it's to build a new habit. So you have to build a new paradigm. I play in-game, I pay on the web. And building a habit means checking 3 boxes, basically. First one is ease. The action must be very simple to form a habit. Second is value. The reward must be very clear. And third option requirement is repetition. It must happen often enough to stick. So I will walk you through all of this, but the first things first, you need to kick off a habit formation. And that's why trigger comes first. So in our case, trigger is awareness of the webshop existence in the first place and the ability to buy on the web. So to activate the trigger, you need to inform the audience. So you basically need to regularly remind that the web shop exists. You should do it continuously. You can never stop doing that. Launching a web shop is just the first step. You still need to educate players about the value. And that takes consistent communication. Every time you email, post on socials, drop a push, or message your VIP channels, that's a trigger. And each trigger brings players one step closer to forming a habit. The more you show up in channels your players already use, the faster your web shop becomes part of their daily loop. The more triggers you can create, the more habit building cycles you activate. So let's start with driver number 1, and it's ease of use. A habit won't stick if the action is hard to repeat. Pretty simple. You all know that. That's why bad habits are so sticky, probably. You need to minimize the amount of effort required for players to learn how to use your web shop. Try your best to mirror the UI of your in-game store. Same colors, same buttons, same tags and labels, same everything. And same actually applies to the UX. The purchase flow logic should be pretty much the same in the game and on the web. Next, make authentication as easy as possible. Do not hide your store behind the login. That's a big no-no. A player should always be able to recognize the value as soon as they enter the web shop. So that's a golden rule for sure. And please try to avoid edge gating, two-factor authentication, or even combination of login and password. 99% of the times it's just a necessary complication. So the best tip here is try to skip the login step when it's possible, especially if you link out buy button or to the web shop. Players must be pre-authenticated already. That's very important for the conversion rates. So new payment flow is always a pain in many parts of player's body. So once player made a purchase, encourage them to save their payment details. It's a pretty common and good practice to give big, like BIG bonuses for saving payment methods, payment details, such as unique bundles, bottle pass trial, or big fat discount, whatever. Additionally, don't forget to sort payment methods based on region. There are many countries in the world where credit cards are not available. So show the most relevant options first, or region players may chart. So that's the important thing. Okay, that was about it. Let's talk a little bit about driver number 2, the value. Try to utilize every opportunity to remind player about your web shop. And always emphasize how beneficial it is for them. Remember, you're trying to educate them on how to use the web experience in general. So the value you try to communicate should be clear and even more unique for a web shop. That's why I recommend promote unique offers. From the data I've seen, this worked probably the best. Web purchases should feel clearly more valuable than an app. Okay, so guys, I want to emphasize the importance of uniqueness for whatever web or direct-to-consumer thing you do. Always include something unique in special and personalized offers. Uniqueness is a trigger for spending. Moreover, special and personalized offers should always contain web-only items. That's a really hard or get a lot of time to get in the game. One more thing I've noticed is the most valuable players, the whales, prefer uniqueness over everything else. And loyalty is the foundation of long-term revenue. So loyalty programs gives players a reason to return and spend more. When players trade loyalty points for, say, exclusive items, it creates a sense of earned value, not just a transaction. So make the rewards aspirational, rare, hard to get items that elevate status or signal progress. And and don't let the system go stale. Rotate the catalog, set redemption windows, and build urgency around spending points. So if the loyalty program builds long-term value, reward chains drive immediate engagement and repeated spending. So a reward chain turns a one-time purchase into a progress path. Each step builds anticipation and nudge the player forward. So it's not just value, it's about momentum. Once players begin, they are motivated to complete the chain. And the best performing chains use time pressure and exclusivity, of course. So limited time window to complete, visible progress, you have to actually see the thing, and final ultra valuable reward players can earn after spending a lot of time, money on the web shop. So that's worked pretty well, and again for whales it works like magic all the time. So when paired with the loyalty program, the whole structure start to feel like a free rewards, and that's generate value, and that's why the habit will form. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the last driver of generating habits. It's repetition and consistency. So time is a form of investment. The more time a player spends engaging with your shop, the more loyal they'll become. Your goal is to create natural, repeatable moments that drive return visits. So integrate web shop into existing player touchpoints, like say inbox in-game, push notification, daily quests, in-game banners, whatever. Tell about value and rewards all the time. Use mechanics that reward consistency, like daily rewards, daily check-ins, and something like, say, Wheel of Fortune. Every visit builds familiarity and, as a result, a habit, making players more likely to buy. The more players spend, I'm talking about money, of course, the more committed they become, but only if that spend feels meaningful. So use a clear value progression: exclusivity, added value, reward. Offer chains are key. They create momentum and make each next step feel like a smart upgrade. So include web-only offers and timed bonuses to raise urgency and perceived exclusivity. Tie it all together with loyalty shops and reward chains and other monetization mechanics that you might use that trigger the next purchase or visit. That's how you push repeatability. So think of your web shop as a monetization system, not a only time sell point or something like this. Okay, so that actually wraps our deep dive into the 3 drivers of habit formation. So we explored how to build habit to direct-to-consumer sales. Basically, make the experience effortless. It should be very simple, straightforward. Second, deliver real value that feels exclusive and meaningful. Visiting a web shop should always feel like an upgrade to like a regular experience. And third, reinforce the behavior through repeatable mechanics and consistency. So these are the building blocks that turn direct payments from a one-time action into a long-term habit. Now, let's step back and bring it all together. So there are 4 key takeaways I wish you will remember. Direct-to-consumer isn't optional anymore. It's the direction the market is taking globally. Legal access isn't enough. You need to actively shape how players perceive web purchases. You need to form a habit. There are 3 key habit drivers, as we already mentioned: ease, value, repetition. That's the formula for building lasting player behavior. Okay, and the time to act, I want to say it now, but actually it was probably yesterday. So waiting only benefits your competitors. Early movers are already converting, retaining, and scaling smarter. So the shift isn't coming. It's already happening, frankly, for the last 4 years at least. If you want to lead, the time to act is now. Direct-to-consumer is no longer like a side experiment like it was 4 or 5 years ago. It's the foundation of the future monetization. If you are not building into this direction, you are failing behind. So leading studios, and we know that like we work with 45 out of top 100 top grossing games. We launch more than 600 web shops. So they're already shifting off platform pretty significantly. We know games, AAA mobile games that shift more than 60-70% of revenue to the direct-to-consumer part of their business. So they're capturing margin, collecting players' data, and building loyalty loops. The shift is already distancing what market share even means. So revenue is moving off platform and isn't fully visible in traditional analytics systems like, say, in Sensor Tower. You can no longer say how much game actually earns. So direct-to-consumer is the next frontier, and the path to long-term control and profit obviously runs through it. So mobile industry has always rewarded those who move fast. Now, when the industry is ready to transform once again, web shop and direct payments are the next strategic frontier. I think that's it. Thank you, guys. Thank you.